All right, class. Today, I'm going to give you a quick review just so you understand what's going on for numbers 1 through 8. So number 1 was 12x plus 105 and 15x. I believe that was the question about the bike racers. They said this guy goes 12 miles an hour, or 12 meters per second, and has a head start of 105 meters, and this racer goes 15 meters per second. So what I did was I set the two equations equal to each other and said y equals 12x plus 105 and y equals 15x. Since it's an intersection point, the y's need to be the same, so we can set these equal. I subtracted 12x from both sides to get 3x equals 105. I divided 105 by 3 to get 35, and then I substituted the 35 for this x. So I said y equals 15 times 35, which is 525. So that means at 35 seconds and 520 meters down the course, the two racers are equal. Obviously, from that point forth, this rider will pass him because he's going at a faster pace. Number 2, they just got into some basic work. So you had 3x minus 4 and x plus 2. So I set those two equal to each other, and here's the work for it. I subtracted x from both sides, added 4 to both sides, so this became 2x. 2 plus 4 is 6, so x was 3. I substituted 3 into this equation here to get 3 times 3 is 9, 9 minus 4 is 5. So that means at the point 3, 5, these two graphs would intersect. I'm just trying to give you a small sampling to give you a start on what you're doing. Number 3, these two again are equal. I set them equal to one another. 4x equals 3x plus 2. Subtracted 3x from both sides. So 3x minus 3x was 0. 4x minus 3x is just 1x or x. The 2 stays the same, so x is 2. I said y equals 4x. X was 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So your answers were 2 and 8. Number 4, I know I'm going quickly and you may have difficulty copying this down, but I just want you to see the procedures, and if need be, this video can always be shown again. So here we have 2x plus y equals 1 and negative 3x plus y equals negative 9. So I subtracted 2x from both sides here to get negative 2x plus 1, and I added 3x to both sides here to get 3x minus 9. Set them equal to one another. I added 2x to both sides here and added 9 to both sides here to get 10 equals 5x. So 2 equals x, or x equals 2. Then I substituted 2 into this equation here. 2 times 2 plus y equals 1. 2 times 2 is 4. I subtracted 4 from both sides to get y equals negative 3, meaning these graphs intersect at the points 2, negative, or at the point 2, negative 3. Number 5 is right here. I set them equal to one another. I subtracted 3x from both sides here to get negative 1x equals negative 3. To get rid of this negative sign, I need to divide by negative 1. So negative 1 divided by negative 1 is just 1x. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is 3. So at the point 3, 6, they intersect. Oh, sorry, I substituted this 3 into this equation. Y equals 2 times 3, which is 6. On number 6, this was already set, so I moved that there. Here, I showed the steps. I subtracted 3x from both sides and then divided everything by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is 1y. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is 3. And negative 2 divided by negative 1 is 2. That's why this is 3x plus 2. If you look at this, I added 3x to both sides, subtracted 2 from both sides. 6 times what number is 0? 0 is the only possible answer. I substituted 0 into this equation here. Negative 3 times 0 plus 2, y equals 2. Number 7, this was your setup. I added x to both sides here and added 3 to both sides to get x equals y plus 3. I chose x because I didn't want to divide by 3 here. Here I added 3y to both sides to get x equals 9 plus 3y. I solved for y here by subtracting 1y from both sides and subtracting 9 from both sides to get negative 6 equals 2y. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And then I substituted negative 3 into this equation here. X equals negative 3 plus 3, which is 0. So at the point 0, negative 3, they intersect. Now just a point of emphasis here. Just because I solved for y first doesn't mean it's the first number in the ordered pair. X always comes before y. Please try to remember that. Actually, you don't need to try, you need to do that, so no problem there. This was the phone plan. They said the girl could get a $40 phone plan with 50 cents for every extra minute, or she could get a $50 phone plan with 25 cents for every extra minute. So I set those two equal to one another and got x is 40, which means 40 minutes. And then I solved for y and found that that's $60. So if she goes 40 minutes over on both plans, it's $60. From that point forth, the second plan would be cheaper. If she talks less than 40 minutes over, this plan would be cheaper. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I know on one of the examples in the second section, the two equations end up equaling one another, which means x and y could be any number in that situation. Somebody asked me yesterday if it was a set of reals. If you understand that, that's what the answer is. Otherwise, hopefully you understand this and you work through it. You do have another assignment because yesterday people said they were going to work on it at home. So I anticipate most of this should be done. We'll work on the other assignment tomorrow, but with the amount of free time you had yesterday, I assumed that this would be done fairly quickly. So hope you do well on this, and if you're completely lost, I will be back tomorrow